What's up, guys? And as I'm sure you guys have read from the title, this is going to be my first impressions on Cowboy Bebop. So basically, I've talked to a couple people who say they are really into manga, and so apparently I've only skimmed the surface. The manga I read are apparently sort of mainstream manga. In their view, they would put it towards something like I'm reading Justin Bieber stuff while they're reading Frank Sinatra stuff, and so I think that is what brought me here. So basically, long story short, I was pointed to Cowboy Bebop as one of the first things I should watch if I really want to get into something good. Now, the people I'm talking about, mainly just one to two other people, they said that they've never actually read most of the manga I have. So for them to judge and say Toriko or Naruto or Bleach are trash just because they're mainstream, well, they didn't say they were trash. They said they looked down upon these manga. I don't think that's right to say. However, if there truly is really good manga out there that's even better than Naruto, then by all means I'll welcome it. So this is one of the first ones. You're more than welcome to leave a comment with your suggestion if you have some. And on top of that, I've been recommending a couple others. Claymore is one I may look into. But this can either go two ways. One, I find lots of really good manga with just outstanding stories and plots that just make me go WTF. Either tragic endings, conspiracies, or plot twisters that just blow my mind. Or I find out that these are unpopular or non-mainstream for a reason, and that reason is because they're not that good. The story's lame, and I go back to Naruto, Bleach, and so forth. But at the end of the day, like I've been saying this for months now, but Naruto is coming to an end for sure. Spoiler alert. As are some of the other manga I read. The other big three, that's subject to question, but I would say Naruto and I mean maybe Bleach. Bleach is farther back, but we'll see what happens. So anyhow, first impressions on Cowboy Bebop, which is apparently amazing. So this was made in the 90s, and so I have to agree with what's been said from my friend, which is that honestly it is actually quite a good manga for it's not manga, it's anime, for something made in the 90s. The whole sci-fi theme about it is very well done in certain ways, along with the Americanized setting and how they depict the future. I think it's very realistic. I mean, usually you get those cheesy sci-fi things in the past with like the fishbowl helmets that don't look realistic, but this thing is like wow, I can actually see this being similar to what's being released recently with sci-fi. Sure, as far as the graphics and the animation goes, not on the level of something of 2014. However, considering this was made literally almost 20 years ago, the animation is not so bad at all, and the whole concept with the hyper gates and the hyperspace shuttles and the hovercrafts, and then the fact that the people living on the planet still have very rural lives, and then you still got cars, and then there's like the scenery where, you know, there's this one like hovercraft slash car chase scene where it's really cool, because like you got the hovercrafts flying around chasing, and then it dips down, and then there's still automobiles, you know, driving about, and like they have to like brake in order for the hovercraft not to hit the thing, and then he flies over, and then it's fairly realistic. I mean, it's very well done in certain ways, especially for something 20 years old. I mean, this is quite fairly realistic. The science behind it, I mean, so far it's fairly good. Now let's get to the somewhat bad stuff. So first off, this is a first impressions video. I've seen the first 6 episodes. There's about 25 episodes. I'm holding on because despite the plot being very simple, despite the episodes being very short, and because I've been watching Doctor Who, and I've just seen the last 4 seasons of Doctor Who 2005 series, like I'm sort of subconsciously comparing itself to that, and it's, in terms of sci-fi, it's not that far behind for something that's so old. And so I'm hanging on because the people who have recommended this to me have sort of mentioned indirectly like what happened. So I'm predicting, based on what they've said, that this is going to get insane. So far it's very simple. I mean, I really feel like a lot of people who were to have watched the first 4 episodes, they'd be like, this is the most simplistic story ever. It's just some bounty hunter in space who doesn't wear any protective gear whatsoever, somehow never gets shot by anything, and when he does, he just heals it back up, and for some reason they're still using guns, not ray guns, and then he just, like, every episode is just him capturing a bad guy, usually through just chasing him down and a little bit of Mortal Kombat. So very simplistic, right? But we'll see what happens, and so that's why I'm holding on, and we're starting to see a little bit of that in episodes 5 and 6. We see some very peculiar flashbacks, some very peculiar villains or past people. It seems like this guy, his name's Vicious. Apparently he, spoiler alert, he was like based on the flashbacks, he was like a comrade of this guy, and now he's, something happened. Maybe it seems like maybe a falling out because of a conflict of interest with his girlfriend, and maybe both of them falling in love or something like that. But it's very strange. Something happens, he dies, then he gets revived, and it all happens in these like very fast flashbacks, so we can't tell what's going on. But I'm like, okay, this is good. The plot's actually getting deeper now. And so we see something like it's almost like RoboCop. There's all these surgeons around him. He gets like this like synthetic eye, possibly some robotic parts in him. Maybe that's why he doesn't need any, you know, armor or anything. Maybe he can dodge bullets. Technically, we haven't seen him really dodge bullets. It's just the bad guys suck at aiming, and so that's all we've seen so far in the first 6 episodes. So if this really does get good, it's kind of like, this is why I like ongoing series, because stuff you love so much, like a plot that's so good, like you never want Harry Potter to end, and so it's sort of bittersweet knowing that this thing's possibly going to get really good, but at the same time it's confined to 25 episodes and that's it. So let me know in the comments what you think, if you have any other suggestions for manga or anime. And this is, by the way, this is definitely different from manga. Cowboy Bebop is a anime, and I've been told that like this is one of those anime where a lot of its quality is based off the animation, where in manga you don't have that edge to compete with. And so finally, yeah, that's all I want to say. So at first I was under the impression that this was like the god of all anime, but apparently that's been corrected, and it's more so just like a classic of its time, of the 90s. So let's see if it lives up to its name. And if you like this video, hit the subscribe button to stay tuned for more videos, and my follow-up video once I finish the Cowboy Bebop series, or maybe I'll make another couple videos while I'm watching the series. And let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think I should do a Doctor Who review, or should I post that on my main channel? Let me know what you guys think. Peace.